for the latitude lines you wrap around them. Meanwhile, you're very concerned about meteors I don't make claims about, and begging the question of how the meteors, you say, form the craters, by way of begging the question fallacy that I pointed out to you 7 times. You have a lack of comprehension, an inability to understand what's been refuted when you've put it to me.
Or the scientists you
allowed to talk about one thing.
He's going to appeal for the second time to now the scientists, these people, these ethereal people that aren't here and aren't him and aren't making any claims.
Ethereal? They don't exist?
Well, sorry, they're here. Hello, put your hand up if you're one of the scientists he's brought along with him. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're ethereal and they don't frigging exist to the guy that's now chanting through me, undoing his stupid argument that he just put to me and I ended on the spot. Ethereal, you say? What, like they're not here? They're not here! You dumb! No, they're not here.
There's a difference.
No, they're not here. They are not here. Hello? Sorry, do we need to go on this tangent about whether... Excuse me, do we need to go on this tangent with a white knight about whether or not the people he appealed to are here or not? They're not. It's just an appeal to some people that aren't here. Some scientists he's going to make up on the spot that aren't here arguing. Am I appealing to some random scientists? They're not here now, but there's thousands of them. They all measure Earth flat. They're all scientists. Coat-wearing, badge-wearing, fully accredited scientists. There are thousands of them. They all measure Earth flat. What's that? You want me to produce them?
Doesn't mean what you think it means, right?
Sorry, what are you going to do about the thousands of scientists measuring Earth flat? Deal with them. Oh, is it just as fallacious as you saying it when I say there's thousands of them and don't produce them? What are you going to do about the thousands of measuring Earth flat scientists I've just appealed to? You seem to have gone silent.
Thousands that support the globe model?
No, they measure Earth flat with elevation angles.
That's your claim.
No, it's a fact. That's how the maps are made. Like latitude.
Yeah, because maps
are
made different.
Yeah. So you just told me it's my claim, like I'd made it up. No, the answer is yes. That's where I won, and he carried on talking, it seems. Yes, they are measured flat. Yes, they are latitude. Yes, it's how the maps are made. Yes, Earth's flat. Not yes, and you carry on talking in defeat. When you say yes, that's the end. Earth's flat.
It's not really how conversation works.
It is when I get an affirmation of how we measure Earth for latitude and produce maps with them, and he says, no, that's not, that's just your claim. And I go, no, that's how the maps are made. And he goes, yes. That's where he lost.
Well, this is
so maybe if you keep talking through my summary, maybe if a white knight pipes up in the middle of my summary where I won, maybe it won't be a summary of my victory. It'll just be a white knight being heard. No, that's how Earth's measured, and the maps are produced with these latitude and longitude lines for the grids on the spheres, on the maps. They're measured flat, Earth's flat. That's how it's measured. And there are thousands of scientists who measure Earth flat with the elevation angles. It's not a claim, it's a fact of life. That's how the maps get produced. That's how the grid gets produced. I'm still summarising my win, and a white knight can't take it. Would that be a glurf? You can't stand the fact that we measure Earth flat for the latitude grid?
Can you name some of these scientists?
I don't need to. Like the other guy, I just appealed to them to juxtapose the fact that that's exactly what I just did to the last guy and got white knighted and told that was unreasonable and they weren't ethereal. Meanwhile, I don't need to appeal to thousands of scientists in juxtaposition of a guy that wouldn't tolerate it as his crappy standard, that he wasn't producing lines of men here to make his argument for him. It was an appeal to consensus/stereotyping fallacy that didn't get addressed by my opponent. It got chanted through and white knight by 2 other people. Shocking. Meanwhile, when I'm using that standard, suddenly I'm being held to it. How beautiful your timing is, sir, to make my point so eloquently for me. Earth's measured flat with elevation angles. It creates the latitude grid, and there's the chanting. It begins. That's how Earth's measured for the latitude grid. Do you deny latitude on the globe, on the surface of it, sir?
No, I don't deny the concept of latitude.
It's not a concept, it's a measurement.
Okay.
So, do you want to stand corrected? You don't deny the measurement of latitude. You called it a concept, trying to reposition it.
I won't grant you that.
Oh, well, then you deny your globe then. So you deny the latitude on the globe. You won't grant me the measurement of latitude. How'd you get latitude for your globe? You don't have one then, so you're denying your globe. Bye-bye globe, no latitude. You won't accept the measurement of it. Bye-bye globe. So off you go. You don't have a religion to believe in if you don't accept latitude measurements. You want to call them concepts? Oh, well, these concepts won't be giving you. So you've just got a conceptual globe, have you?
How is it a religion?
Because if you haven't got any measurements for your globe, latitude in this instance, then you haven't got a globe to be standing on. Now, once you accept that you do have a globe that you think, and is this you chanting through me responding to your question, sir? Is it a glurf, troublesome moment where you need to talk through the devastating fact that if you deny latitude, you haven't got a globe to believe in, therefore it's a religion with nothing to base it on? But if you accept latitude, then you also must accept their measurements, which is angles off a flat Earth. So which is it? Do you deny?
Chanting,
I haven't
just
finished.
words,
I'm
not
asking you a
over
question.
talking,
It
you
seems like
never
rather
stop
than a
talking.
question, I've got an interruption before I've even taken breath. What a shock. A triggered glurf that can't cope with a question. So which is it? Is it no latitude for your glurf belief? Or is it I understand and accept that latitude is measured flat? Which is it?
False dichotomy.
No,
And
we
it's
have
hard not-
latitude
it's hard
measurements.
to
No,
not
no, I'll
interrupt you
undo
when
your
you're
claim.
when you're just
I'll undo
talking
your claim. He's
constantly.
just said false dichotomy. Like it's a two-choice question
Yeah.
that is unreasonable
be chanting
and has
through.
other outcomes. No, we do have latitude, and it is measured. It's definitely not a false dichotomy, unless you're suggesting that one of those suggestions of a latitude measurement is false. No, it's not. It's not a false dichotomy. We definitely have latitude measurements. You definitely have them on your globe. So either you say, no, I don't accept them, which means you deny the globe, or you do accept those latitude lines on the surface of the globe, which are measured flat. It's not a false dichotomy. It's a true dichotomy.
So those are the only two options?
Yeah, either you accept latitude measurement or you don't.
No, I don't accept your claim and your description.
It's not a claim.
How these measurements are
Latitude's
made.
not a claim I'm making,
No, it's
dum-dum.
a claim.
Latitude's not a claim I'm making. Latitude's not my claim. So you're saying that
Don't be
latitude...
disingenuous.
So your answer is latitude's just a claim Nathan Oakley makes. So you deny latitude because you think
No,
it's a
you're
claim I
moving
make.
the goalposts. Don't be disingenuous.
So
Nathan.
is it a claim I make, therefore you don't accept my claim of latitude, which is a denial of latitude on the basis that it's just my claim?
Not just because of
Stutter
this claim,
for me,
because
how
you
do
think
they
your claim is
say?
wrong.
That sounds like a nice little stutter there, Glurf. How'd you getting on with the true dichotomy? No, you either accept latitude, it's a real thing, it's not just Nathan Oakley's claim, or you don't. Do you accept latitude, the one that's on the
Said that I
surface?
do. I already said.
Well, then it's
earlier that
measured
I
flat.
do accept
Then let me
latitude.
make my conclusion. Earth is measured flat. Latitude is an elevation angle measurement to Polaris. Elevation angles are two straight lines, one along the surface and one to the Polaris star we're measuring, with respect to the surface, which must be flat for it to form the angle to create that latitude. That's what it is. Earth is measured
Not
flat.
must be flat.
Is it just
That's
me,
your
or is the
claim.
conclusion getting chanted through by this glurf scumbag who can't take the heat? I'm just concluding my facts that you claimed were my claim. They're not my claim. I'm just detailing what latitude is, sir. You don't like it because if you can reposition it to be my claim, you can seem to deny latitude, which means you deny your globe
No.
on the basis that it's
No,
just
what
my
you're
claim.
doing is
Or you could chant through me the painful truth of latitude measurement. I've got it on screen for my audience now. This line to the sky is the line to Polaris for latitude. This line along the ground to its GP is the surface level, which must be flat for this to form the angle to create this latitude measurement. It is a measurement. It is absolutely unequivocally of a flat Earth. It can't be anything else. And it does get wrapped around your globe after we measure Earth flat with it. So I'll conclude once more, hopefully without the chanting for the third time through the same zealot. So, zealot, you either accept latitude, it's not just a claim I'm making, that was your last rebuttal, or you don't. If you do, then you accept Earth's measured flat, like on screen with these elevation angles to start. If you don't, you deny your globe because it's got latitude wrapped around it. So, which is it? It's not a false dichotomy, it's true dichotomy, that was another rebuttal. Which is it? Deny the globe, which has latitude, or accept that latitude is measured flat.
Do I get to actually answer? Like, you're gonna just start talking again.
That's non-responsive.
Oh my
So,
God.
That's
dude,
non-responsive.
go. Just go.
Non-responsive answer, so I'll conclude. He's asked me a
Badlands
different
up,
question
white
about whether or not he's going to get to respond in totally clean air. Now he's talking through me responding to that response. What he just gave me was non-responsive, so I'll repeat the question because he didn't respond to it. He asked me whether or not, in completely clean air, uninterrupted, whether or not he'd get talked through. Now he's talking through me, I'll just point out. That was non-responsive, sir. Do you deny latitude, which means you deny your globe? It's got it wrapped around them. Or do you accept latitude, which, as per my demonstration and fact that it's an angle with respect to the surface, is a flat Earth measurement? Do you deny or accept latitude measurement, which is flat?
Okay, so what you're doing is you're asking me, do you accept latitude? And when I say yes, I accept the concept of latitude.
It's not a
you then
concept, it's
tack
a
on
measurement. He
these
did
other
this already.
things
I've
and
already
say,
dealt with this. It's
okay,
not a concept,
You're gonna
it's
be
a measurement.
through everybody.
Yeah, I'm just going to do it because he's going to do the same thing, rinse and repeat style. It's not a concept, it's a measurement. It's an elevation angle measurement. He's repositioning it like, I'll accept it, but only if I accept that it's conceptual. Okay, well then your globe's conceptual.
you think the latitude lines are physical?
Then your
objects?
globe is conceptual based on your response. So no globe then, it's just a concept. Because latitude's just a concept, it's not a measurement according to you, it's a concept. Well, latitude's wrapped around your globe, so your globe's just a concept then based on your response. So you're basically denying latitude, it's only conceptual, it's not measured, therefore your globe's just conceptual. No globe then. Well, I don't see latitude measurements as conceptual, I know they're measured. You can measure them. With respect to a flat Earth, that's how they are measured. I'm not a nonsense idiot peddling glurf that has to reposition measurements into concepts, ultimately denying the globe then, because there's no globe if you've just got concepts wrapped around it. That's not the surface of anything then, it's just a concept. So your globe's a concept, meanwhile, we do accept latitude measurements, because that's how they're measured on a flat Earth with an angle. It's a line between you and Polaris and a horizontal plane the observer is standing on. That's how you measure that angle. Earth's measured flat. That's the end of this discussion.
Measurements, physical things that exist.
But you just told me that latitude was a concept. So according to you, no. According to you, the latitude wrapped around your globe is just conceptual. Ergo, your globe is just conceptual. Well, enjoy your globe concept. Me, in reality, measure Earth flat with angles to Polaris for latitude. You deny them as being conceptual. So you deny the globe. That's as simple as that. Well done. You've denied your globe and called it a concept. So we're not standing on a globe then. It's just a concept. It's not the surface that we're standing on. It's just a concept, right?
Our latitude? No, wrong. Our
Stutter
latitude
for
lines
me.
physical objects.
Our latitude, wrong. Sounds like you've got a sentence fragment problem, stuttery. No, that is a fact.
No,
if you say
right.
it's a concept,
Is that
then
right?
the
I said
globe
no,
is a
wrong.
concept. Look, stuttery, when you stutter and stammer about a sentence fragment trying to form a question, I'm going to talk. Because I'm not doing that. I'm perfectly calm as I point out that your latitude is being denied when you call it conceptual. It's not. It's a measurement. I've had non-stop measurement angles of Polaris on screen for my audience. This one titled Celestial Body Sextant Angles. With a line of sight along the...
You made
Is it just me, or is he chanting? Is this you trying to formulate a stuttery question sentence fragment through the top of me talking, as I demonstrate to my audience that these angles of elevation that are measured are on screen? Is it just me, or is he chanting through that? You didn't manage a sentence,
right
mate.
through you.
You managed to stutter our former question and form a sentence fragment. Then I took over and talked about the detailed pictures of angle measurements on screen. You deny them as concepts. So your globe's just a concept. It's not real. Conceptual, according to you. You deny latitude as conceptual.
Love how I'm accused of chanting when you're the one who's repeating the same fucking thing over and over.
Oh, swear for me, you little bitch. How do my nuts taste?
getting
Swear at me
hard?
some more. I love it. It's because you lost. You called elevation
like
angle
you're gonna
measurements
finish.
conceptual, and now you're swearing at me because you've lost badly. You've got nowhere to go. You've already told me
swearing
you
back?
consider latitude to be conceptual. Well, if it's conceptual, your globe's conceptual. It's that simple. Now you've got nowhere to go, and you've got to swear at me and accuse me of chanting through you. No, so I'm concluding while you chant through me and project your loss as you chant in defeat with sentence fragments.
I don't understand, like, how are you using the word chanting? Like, do you know what that means?
Non-responsive.
is?
This is non-responsive, non sequitur. Maybe he'll start continuing his question about why I can get to call him chanting when he's indefinitely chants through my responses, which he will definitely do. As I point out, he's lost. He's lost because he's claimed that the measurements of latitude are merely conceptual. Ergo, his globe with latitude on it isn't the surface of reality anymore. It's conceptual. Bye-bye globe. That's his position. I've summarised it. He's, to use his
say the
own
measurements
words,
were
as he...
conceptual.
What's chanting? Ask me what chanting is, bitch. Yeah, choose
now
the
you're
word he just
cursing?
used as he continues to chant through me,
curse?
asking me what it is in his last non sequitur response. This is chanting what he's doing right
What
now.
is chanting?
Yes, what you're doing now.
chanting?
As I'm still summarising the point you haven't responded to, you asked me about what chanting was. I'm summarising that point you were non-responsive to by asking me what chanting was, the thing you're doing. Meanwhile, he's absolutely screwed. Why is he screwed? Well, because he can't have a conceptual surface with latitude on it, because it's not real anymore if it's conceptual. That's his globe. That's his position. We do definitely measure elevation angles. I had them up on screen while he chanted through me, telling my audience, here are the elevation angle measurements that we use to form the maps and models. They're flat. Earth's measured flat. Meanwhile, in lieu of that fact, he's turned a measurement into a concept. And I put him between a rock and a hard place where if he makes that measurement a concept, his globe gets denied as a consequence. What did he do as a result? He swore at me.
Good morning,
Nathan, I have to say, you have a
That was good. You like radio.
Greetings.
yeah, that was very good. I have to say,
Oh.
you have a very captivating voice, which I think does add some legitimacy to the incorrect information that you are
Yeah.
sharing.
I do apologize for swearing. I didn't know you had a rule against
So
that.
I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of Thick because he
Why?
wanted to ask a question,
I wanted
but
to.
now
Can I
he
ask my
just wants
question,
wants
please?
to talk about other things.
No,
Are you
sorry.
going
I
to
can ask my
stick on
question. I
topic?
can ask my question. I can ask my question.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I wanted to talk to Nathan about um, the lines of latitude being based on a flat Earth. I just wanted to hear his argument one time, and then I'll ask my question.
It's not an argument, it's a measurement.
You're right. And you're saying that the lines of latitude on our spherical Earth are all conceptual.
No, the guy in the pre-show said that.
Well, yeah, and my thing is that maps can be made any way you want them, and it's always about the goal of the viewer. So I wanted to mention, Nathan, I'm a meteorologist, so I kind of have a bias here. I'll be talking a little bit more about weather to support my arguments and stuff. But when it comes to the tropics, right, when it's hurricane season, we look at like the Mercator view, which is the flat Earth view, and therefore, yeah, your lines of latitude are going to look different and be. They're always going to be lines of latitude which are constant around a sphere, but they can be portrayed differently. And even on a spherical Earth that you might have in a classroom or your home office or something, that is all conceptual. But yeah, just wanted to say that, just because lines
they're
of
measured.
latitude are based on a flat Earth
They're measured.
doesn't mean that lines of latitude on a sphere can't exist.
Okay, how do they get measured?
But they get measured based upon the entire circumference of the Earth.
No, that's not how they're measured. You obviously don't know how latitude's measured.
Well, explain it.
You were just telling me how it was measured and you don't know. Why
Well,
did you just
I'm
attempt to
telling
tell
you
me
that
how it was measured when you don't
lines of
know?
latitude
Why
are
am I being
based upon
spoken to
90
while I tell
degrees,
some fundy
90
off about incorrect assertions that they got wrong? He just told me it was based on a globe. Now he's still talking like he's been invited to respond. I'm talking now. Did you think
All
the
right,
last
you go
2.5
ahead.
minutes of you talking was your invitation to immediately start chanting through any responses I give you? Because you're still yakking.
I'm sorry.
I'm done with him. I don't want to talk to him anymore.
Oh, wait, now I have one question about.
Shout out to Duncan McLeod. They are all flat Earth views. Lol. I don't really understand what that means, I've got to be honest, Duncan. But thank you for the super chat, all the same. Also, shout out to Unitox Femu. On which latitude is Bolivian Salt Flat Lake, Suez Canal, and Hungarian Plain? I don't know. Why are you asking me that via super chat? Should I just guess? 20th? I don't know.
Do you know why, Nathan?
Go on, Sasha, why?
Because because there are a discussion about latitude, and I ask where, because that is the big flat surface. It's called Hungarian plane. Then another big flat surface. It's
I heard. Spent 20 and take that flat Earth elevation angle measurement of this star, Polaris, and wrap the circle of equal altitude you can draw with respect to its GP around a globe. Yes, you can take the measurement and put it onto a concept, but the measurement is flat. Shout out to Duncan MacLeod again. He says, he said the Mercator view was the flat Earth view, but they are all flat Earth views. Well, no, they're all distorted globe projections that came from origin measurements of latitude and longitude. So they're all conversions and distorted for that reason. You start with flat Earth angles to the stars, you convert those lines of latitude onto the globe surface conceptually, and then project what you then claim to measure off a curved surface that won't give you an angle back into hell at the equatorial plane in the centre of the sphere, which is essentially just a glorified protractor. That's what they actually do. Now, I know that, but these numpties who come here and tell me that latitude is just something you draw around a globe, yeah, your crude knowledge of how this comes to pass isn't going to overcome the fact it's measured flat. And every time you tell me what you can do with latitude, I'll just ask you how it's measured. Because that's how it's measured, flat. Now, when you deny it and make it a concept like the guy in the pre-show, then you deny the globe surface, don't you? Suddenly, the globe surface is conceptual. Yeah, absolutely is. Meanwhile, the measurements are flat.
The way that you measure it, the way you measure it on a globe is it's just they're measured as angles from the center of the Earth.
Oh, so you're measuring
my
angles in
And you
hell?
increase the 90
Sorry, I heard you. I heard you. I heard you. So we measure angles in hell. No, you measure angles on the surface. That is not how we measure angles. Just ask Thunderfoot Clown. He's just released a video in the last 3 days where he unequivocally measures angles with respect to a plane of reference on the surface and then explains how you must, as I just explained 35 seconds ago, transpose the flat Earth angles into hell. You've just told me it's okay we measure them from hell. Oh, right. Show me.
Hell. You mean like the biblical hell? Is that what you're talking about?
No, you said it. I'm not talking. You brought it up and said we measure angles from the centre of... Is it just me, or am I getting talked through the summary that's obviously stupid because we don't measure angles from hell in the centre of Earth as he just suggested? And I pointed out Thunderfoot did the same thing 3 days ago, but he measured from the surface, as I'm saying you must, on screen now, latitude, surface level measurement. When you've got that surface level measurement of a flat Earth now being chanted through again, once you've got the surface level measurement with respect to the star, you can transpose it into hell, but you've got to first create the globe to wrap around the equatorial plane, to then deny the angle that you can't get from the globe surface, to have a reason to transpose it into hell. You just said we just measure it in hell. No, we don't. We measure it on the flat Earth.
You think that hell is at the center of the Earth, the biblical hell? Is that what you're saying?
Non sequitur.
Oh
You
my
said we
God.
measure it from the centre of Earth. We do
I'm legitimately...
non sequitur, and I'm going to respond to the non sequitur fallacy. I'm obviously not going to just get chanted through, clearly. No, I said hell, as in your reference to the centre of Earth that you said we measured the angle from. That was non-responsive, non sequitur. You didn't address my rebuttal.
Okay, I was just confused because are you literally saying that hell is at the center of the Earth, or
You said that. You said that's where we measure this angle,
I
and
didn't.
we don't. My response again is non sequitur away from it. Like hell is the confusion here. He says we measure an angle from the centre of a ball. I say no, we're not measuring angles from the centre of a sphere. We are measuring them from the flat surface, their angles.
That's your claim.
No, it's a fact. It's latitude measurement. It's on screen for my live audience of 72 people. They can see latitude. How it's measured with angles, that's a fact. So, sir, like the guy in the pre-show, you deny latitude measurement then?
No, I'm denying the extrapolation from the idea that you can measure latitude on a flat surface, and that means that the Earth itself is not a globe. I don't agree with that.
So you deny the latitude wrapped around the globe then?
No, I've said
Well, how's
twice
that
already
measured?
that I accept
Well, how's that measured?
latitude on the
Well,
globe
how
model.
is that
And
measured
I
then?
just said
Well,
a second
okay,
ago.
we've got him between a rock and a hard place, and he doesn't want to accept the position, so he keeps talking when the question comes. Okay, you accept
Repeat what I
latitude
said.
on the surface of the globe you believe you're standing on. Okay, you accept it. Then you accept their measurements, don't you?
Who's they? Who are you talking about? Like,
Latitude
I
measurement
don't
is a...
accept your myth.
I'm being asked a question, and then he's continuing to talk. Latitude measurement is a angle measurement off the surface of Earth. I'll define altitude angle. Altitude angle is a line of sight between you and the object in the sky and the horizontal plane the observer is standing on. That is an altitude angle measurement. That is what is required to measure an altitude angle, a flat Earth. Now that is how latitude, which is very specifically an altitude angle to Polaris, is measured. Now, that's not a claim. That's not debatable. That is a stone-cold fact. Altitude angle of Polaris is latitude, and I'm getting talked through and chanted through, shocking. Now, he can either accept that measurement, which is absolutely, without question, of a flat Earth. Its elevation, which is with respect to the surface, and an angle, one of which is the surface, and it must be a flat, straight baseline for it to form an angle. Earth is measured flat for latitude. If you deny this measurement, you deny the latitude on the surface of your globe, which is extrapolated out after it is measured.
So latitude is the measurement of how far north or south a location is from the equator. It's measured in degrees, starting at 0 degrees at the equator and increasing to 90 degrees at the north or south poles. This is done on a globe model, not a flat Earth model.
No, we're not measuring on models. We're not measuring in hell, and latitude is not the turning of you in hell and the globe around you. An angle measurement to Polaris,
Okay, somebody
it
else
seems
can
like
go.
I let him talk and my response isn't
You're
being
gonna bring
listened
up
to.
hell.
It seems like my
Yeah,
response is
whatever.
getting yammered through
You
by a
never shut the
chanting
fuck
zealot
up,
religious
Phil.
globe
So you're gonna
believer.
be interrupting
Why
me.
is my
You never
response
fucking
met
stop
with a
talking.
continual stream of interruptions from my opponent when I'm responding to him? No, latitude, as he just described, was him in hell turning the globe around him. No, on screen now, the protractor used to measure the angle to Polaris isn't the globe that you're inside. But that's what you just suggested. So how is latitude measured? Your last response was to say it's conceptual and in hell. No, it ain't. It's actually measured off the surface off a flat Earth, like on screen for my audience. So either you deny that measurement of a flat Earth, in which case you deny the latitude lines that are wrapped around your globe conceptually after the measurement, or you accept that Earth's measured flat for latitude, because it is. That's what's on screen right now. A flat Earth measurement of an angle to Polaris with 90 degrees at the base of Polaris. That's what it is. Don't have to like it. Earth's measured flat.
1 second, I need to help out Atheist Junior. Atheist Junior, Nathan is making fun of you for saying center of Earth, or some people believe hell is in the center of Earth. He's making fun of you. You don't have to rage quit. Just answer his questions.
That's all right. Let him rage quit. All he could do is chant through me in the devastating parts where we do actually acquire measurements of Earth for latitude. At the point that he'd said no. very painful for you. I'm going to repeat it again. You were screwed and needed to swear at me because you couldn't help yourself in defeat. So you denied the globe. It was conceptual, remember? So no globe for you, just a concept. Not the surface we're standing on with latitude. Conceptual, you said. All right, well, I'm a realist. I've got plenty of examples of latitude measurement off the surface of Earth with an elevation angle. I don't have to deny it as conceptual as a flat earther. That's how we measure Earth. It's flat. You lost.
You actually give people like time to speak, and that you aren't just interrupting people and talking constantly, so that when they try to respond, you accuse them, oh, you're chanting, mate. The Earth's flat, isn't it? You're chanting.
Sorry, was that ad
You're gonna use
hominem
your
non
time to
sequitur,
do
the same
that?
ad hominem non sequitur that we got last time, where he doesn't actually address the rebuttal and fact and summary of him denying the globe as conceptual or accepting a flat Earth measurement? We're talking about the debate structure and taking the mickey out of my English accent. That's an ad hominem attack.
Sure, I know it is. But I never said the Earth was conceptual. I said that latitude lines is a concept.
Stutter for me. Stutter for
geography.
me. So you
It
accept
doesn't
the
mean that-
measurements of latitude then? So you accept their measurements
That
then?
means my
How do we
argument's
measure them?
invalid if I stutter.
Yeah,
That
I
makes
can
sense.
transfer
That
you
follows.
too. Yeah, the point that you start stuttering, so it's embarrassing for you while I laugh at you, Glurf. I'm laughing
Does
at
that
you
mean
and
my
making it
argument's
more
wrong if I
awkward.
stutter?
The moment you start stammering over your words, I do it with a big smile on my face in victory. Tell me not to repeat my victory again.
Don't repeat your victory again.
Oh, well, you said that the globe was conceptual. You denied latitude
didn't.
measurements as conceptual, and now you're chanting through me in defeat.
No, I didn't.
Maybe you'd like to swear at me again. You said that the latitude was conceptual. End quote,
You're
you.
so upset about swearing.
That's non sequitur. I've just
I-
put it to him that he very specifically told us that latitude was conceptual, end quote him, and now he's telling me how upset about swearing I am. Non sequitur ad hominem
Keep
fallacy.
bringing it up. Why is it you don't answer any?
Can we get rid of this guy? I'm done with him. I'm done with him. He's doing nothing but ad homing me. And he's taking the mickey out of my English accent. That's racist. Can we remove him, please? I'm done with him. He's lost badly. Now he's just sharing his pain through the top of me. Go away and stutter about how globe-shaped the Earth isn't and how conceptual latitude is, mate. You lost badly. Earth's measured flat with latitude. It's measured off a flat surface. You can take the mickey out of my English accent all you like. Earth's measured flat. Well, isn't this fun? Please share the show. 109 people watching. I'm sure you all revel if you're a flat earther in the fact that you can either deny your globe and the latitude wrapped around it, or accept that Earth is measured flat with this angle to Polaris. Those are your positions. Enjoy! It's never going to change. This is how it's going to be till we all vanish.
Nathan, would you like to speak to Atheist Jr.? He is telling us about how gravity works.
Sure. Any scientific evidence of gravity?
Negative. It's not
Atheist, you're up.
science. It's not physics.
Atheist, you are up.
So yeah, there are a couple different lines of evidence. One of them would be gravitational lensing.
Tell us all about it.
Well, it's a phenomenon that occurs when you have a massive object in space and it bends light due to its gravitational pull, and it's been observed. It bends the light due to its gravitational pull on space and time.
Space and time? Can you show me that?
Yes. Excuse me?
Show me space-time, please.
Show you space-time? You're currently occupying it. You're moving through light speed. You're moving through it right now at light speed.
No, I'm just
You're
sat in my
moving through
chair.
time at light speed, sorry.
I'm just sat in my chair.
I know. And yet you're moving forward through time.
Telling me what I'm doing isn't
Not
showing
really.
me space-time.
I'm not quite sure how to show you space-time.
You
It's
can't.
just everything around
can't.
us. It's
You can't.
It's the reality.
You can't. I'm trying to
it's the
respond to
fabric
you.
of
I'm trying to
reality that we
respond
live
to
in.
you. You can't. You're not sure if you can. Yeah, that means shut up then. You can't because it's conceptual. It was invented by Einstein. It's a dimension in a geometry. Space-time is a fourth dimension in pseudo-Riemannian space-time geometry invented by Einstein. Can't show it me It's not real. It's a concept invented by a man called Einstein. Second time's a charm.
I thought I was supposed to prove gravity, not show you space-time.
That is gravity.
I can show you space-time
That
being
is
bent.
gravity. Gravity is the claim by Einstein in pseudo-Riemannian geometry of the uneven distribution of mass causing the bending and warping of space-time. Do you not know what gravity is?
Yeah, I know what gravity is.
Yeah, it's a concept. Yeah, it's a concept. A fourth dimensional geometry. That's maths.
Like, you know, something can be a concept.
Why isn't he affirming this? Why isn't he?
Right?
A minute ago, he told me he had. Stop. You told me you had a phenomena. Now, that phenomena isn't scientific evidence. You obviously don't know what scientific evidence is, or you'd have given it me and you didn't. What you did do is suggest that a bent, warping, pseudo-Riemannian conceptual geometry is a phenomena. It isn't. Let's not move on. Let's have you affirm that you understand that you're not going to be showing me Jack in a conceptual geometry. Gravity's conceptual.
No, just because something is a concept doesn't mean that it's like conceptual and not real.
No worries. Do you want to show me space-time? We're back at the beginning. Circle, jerk, fundy. Show me space-time. Go.
Okay, well, we can see that around massive objects, space-time is bent.
That's begging the question.
That's why we're able
That's
to
begging
see
the
light.
question. That was your claim. That was your claim phenomena, and now you're ascribing it through a begging the question fallacy. That's pathetic. You're not showing me space-time, you're just begging the question now.
Show me reality.
Don't ask me something. You've just begged the question and you're non-responsive to it. Telling me what I'm going to do. You don't have scientific... I'm going to conclude. You don't have scientific evidence of gravity. It's a pseudo-Riemannian bent space-time geometry. That's conceptual, mathematical, not real, not physics, not science. Stating that you've looked at something happening in the sky is wonderful. You might, at best, have a naturally occurring phenomena. What you have not done is put that through the scientific method and establish the cause of it. You just begged the question that bent space-time, a pseudo-geometry caused it. Now I've put that to you twice. I don't need a question from you. You just need to accept your defeat.
Okay. Oh, that was fast. So if you don't like my evidence for gravity, how do we try a different one? How about
You
gravitational
didn't give me...
waves?
Stop. No, it wasn't about how much I like something. You said you got scientific evidence. You didn't.
Yeah.
Scientific evidence... I don't need yammering through me. You've just responded by telling me I don't like something. Yeah, now I'm going to respond to that crap reply.
Okay.
No, it wasn't about me. I'm going to be yammered through as I address his reply that I don't like something. No, a pseudo-geometry invented by Einstein isn't about whether or not I like something. It's conceptual. That was my rebuttal. You've taken my rebuttal, ignored it, hand-waved it, and boiled it down to something it isn't, which is whether or not I like something. No, I understand pseudo-Riemannian space-time as a concept in a geometry where the uneven distribution of mass described mathematically will cause the bending and warping of the fourth dimension, which we don't have in physical reality. Length, breadth, depth, that's it. Time is also a concept. It's not a dimension. Einstein saying it is and creating it in maths doesn't make it something that's physical. You haven't shown it in science. You've claimed a phenomena and then begged the question. And then told me that I don't like something. I think I'm done with this asshole. And tell me what I don't like when I summarise your defeat.
We talk about gravitational waves.
The ones you begged the question of a moment ago, I've already dealt with them. I just told you begged the question that warping space-time caused them. And now I'm addressing him and he's talking as I readdress the exact thing I've repeated twice already, that he's now asking me whether or not I want to talk about it. I addressed it specifically. Gravitational lensing is a concept within Einstein's geometry. I've already dealt with... Sorry, I'm getting annoyed because I'm dealing with something multiple times.
It's a different concept.
I'm dealing with something... I'm appealing to the mods while I get chanted through. I've dealt with him 3 times. I don't see why my blood pressure should be raised and I should be told I don't like things by a zealot who hasn't acknowledged a single word I've said to him in refutation of his garbage he had claim that he had science for. He didn't. I've dealt with him. I don't want to be told again what I don't like or asked if I can deal with lensing. in pseudo 4 space geometry when I've dealt with it 3 times. I'm done with him. Next. Asking me if I can deal with something. You can't acknowledge my response. You can only ask me if I can deal with something I've literally just dealt with. How irritating. Maybe pay attention. Exists, gravitational concepts are real. Feel free.